Hello, God bless you, and welcome again to my channel, The Secret Place TV. The subject about kissing during courtship, or in a relationship, or maybe you are dating somebody. The idea about kissing somebody that you intend to marry, I think, is a controversial one. I do think it's a controversial one because I've seen some Christians who believe that there is nothing wrong with kissing somebody you intend to marry. You know, and I've seen some pastors or preachers who say there's nothing wrong with it. And especially for those of us who live in the Western world, culturally, some people think there is nothing wrong with kissing somebody, you intend to marry, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I'm going to tell you my take on it, and God is my witness. I'm not going to tell you anything that I don't practice. I'm not going to tell you anything I don't practice. I'm going to tell you what I think about it, and it's up to you to make your decision what you want to do. You see, God told Adam and Eve, I try to quote the Bible. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm a preacher of the gospel. So I quote the Bible when I'm teaching. you know God told Adam and Eve, you can eat of any fruit in the garden. Talking about the Garden of Eden, he told them, you can eat of any fruit in the garden, but there's a fruit in the midst of the garden. You shall not, he said, you shall not touch it. You see, when God tells you not to touch something, there's a reason. It's for your protection. Every instruction from God is for your protection. Every instruction from God is for your protection. See, when God says, do not have sex before marriage, it's not because when you have sex, you're going to die. It's not really because when you have sex, you're going to get pregnant for for those that are, it's not because when you have sex, something bad is going to happen, like, to your life. Of course, something bad is going to happen if you're having sex with somebody you are not married to. And I've done a video on it. You can go back either to my YouTube channel or to my Instagram channel or to my Facebook channel. I think I've done a video about sex before marriage. But what I want to tell you today is about kissing, just like sex before marriage, or engaging in a romantic affair or relationship with somebody you are not married to. What you are doing at that point is that you are creating soul ties. I'm going to make a video about soul ties. You are creating soul ties. That soul ties are very difficult to break. Soul ties are very difficult to break. And that is why most people get married and it looks like they are not married, because they keep looking outside. They keep going back to their ex. They keep chatting and communicating with their ex. And most marriages today are being destroyed by ex, because somebody doesn't want to focus on his or her spouse. So the easiest way to destroy your marriage or your relationship is to begin to engage in kissing or caressing or having sex before marriage. I mean, you are creating soul ties, a lot of soul ties, and these things are very hard to break. They are very difficult to break. So you don't want to do that. I'm gonna this is gonna be a short video because I want to prepare for work. Now, I was in a relationship with a girl, a very nice lady, very wonderful girl, a child of God. I think some years back, and one time she asked me an innocent question. It was an innocent question, and she said, "What do you think about kissing?" Because right from the beginning of relationship, I tell the lady, no sex, no kissing. I will tell you that from the beginning. No sex, no kissing. As a matter of fact, no caressing. I mean, there's nothing wrong if I hug, to embrace you, but don't expect me to kiss you, please. I'm not going to do that, because right from beginning, as a teenager, I made a covenant with God not to have sex before marriage, and I want to keep my covenant. So when she asked me that question, she said, what do you believe about kissing before marriage? And she was asking, I think she was asking an innocent question, because she's a very nice lady. She's still my friend, but we are no longer in a relationship. We are just casual friends, once in 6 months, hi, hello, so so she asked me that question, and I asked her a question and I said, would you mind if I kiss you in the presence of your father? She asked me, what do you think about kissing in a relationship? I said, can I kiss you in the presence of your father? Do you mind, if I kiss you in the presence of your father? And she said, no, you cannot do that. My father is going to kill me. I said, wow, he's going to kill you? She said, my father is going to deal with me. Don't even talk about it. I'm like, really? Because I know her father to be a disciplinarian. I know her dad to be he's a very strict man. So she said, no, you can't do that. My father will never accept that. I said, fine. So if your father cannot accept that, that means it's not the right thing to do. And that was a good answer that I gave to her. So what I'm trying to say to young people is this. When God tells you not to do something, it is for your protection. It's not because he doesn't want you to have fun. It's not because he doesn't want you to enjoy yourself. I said something in one of my videos, and I'm saying it again before I end. I think that the most important, and I think that the second important decision I ever took, the most powerful decision I ever took in life after my salvation, is to wait to have sex in marriage, or to kiss my wife, because it preserved me, because it kept me, because it gave me focus. It helped me to find my calling, helped me to find my bearing, helped me to find my purpose in life. I'm able to focus. I'm able to really know this is what I want. And when I meet somebody who doesn't want what I want, I walk away. I don't care. I don't care who the person is. Honestly speaking, when I meet a girl who doesn't want what I want, like values, Christian values, godly values, consecration, purity, doing the will of God. If I meet people if you don't want that, I'm out. So it's one of the ways you should vet people. I tell girls, I have sisters, and normally, what I normally tell my younger sisters is this. Before most of them got married, normally I tell them, if a guy wants sex before marriage, he's the wrong one. If a guy wants sex before marriage, he's the wrong one. If he wants to take you to bed before marriage, he's the wrong one. If he wants to kiss you before marriage, he's the wrong one. So we need to set certain standards for ourselves. Another thing I want to tell young people is go into a covenant over your sexual life. Enter into a covenant, make a vow to God and tell God, I'm not going to give this out until I walk up to the altar, until I go to the altar and take a vow and make an oath and seal it. Because when you seal it, you get the blessing of God over it. So I want to encourage young people. I really love young people. I want to encourage, youths to, avoid these things, because when you start kissing and, is it pecking and caressing, that's the easiest way to have sex with somebody. That's the easiest way to make yourself weak. That's the easiest way to lure somebody to bed. And that's the easiest way to, you begin to have sex. You begin to have soul ties with somebody, develop soul ties with somebody. And at the end of the day, you're not going to marry the person 99% of the time. In fact, probably 100% of the time, the person you sleep with in a relationship, you may not marry the person. And even if you marry the person, there is no trust. The person may never trust you. The person will never trust you, especially for men. The girl will never trust you, because you defiled her before you took her to the altar. You defiled her. So don't expect her to trust you. Don't expect her to respect you. I just say, let me put this out there. Avoid anything that will affect your relationship with God negatively. Just avoid it. Develop passion for God. Focus on your assignment. Focus on your calling. Focus on serving in your church. Find a career. Go to school. Build your life. Be a blessing to men. Be a blessing to the world. Be a blessing to children. Be a blessing to the less privileged. Focus on your, see, when you find your purpose in life, you wouldn't be thinking about loitering around with girlfriends and boyfriends. You wouldn't have that time. I'm telling you, you wouldn't have time. Personally, I have so much in my hands to do, so much, so much. I think very soon my new book will be out. It's almost at the last stage for it to be published. And I'm already thinking about other books. I have other books on my table I'm working on. I have to go to work. I have to, go to work out. I have to go to church. I have so many things. So by the time I do those things, I don't even have time for things that are distractions. So you need to cut down on distractions and focus on your assignment and focus on your calling and focus on your vision, focus on your dream and build your life. Let me tell you something. When it's time, the right person will meet you. You won't go looking for the person will meet you. Like attracts like. When it's time, you keep building your life. You keep building your life. Time will come. The right person will walk into you will meet you will just meet each other because you have developed yourself to that level and the person has developed himself or herself to that level. So it's easier to recognize what you're looking for when you build your life. It's very easy to recognize it when you develop and build your life to a certain level. When you see what you want, you're going to know. When you see what you don't want, you're going to know. I just say, let me put this out there. Stay away from sex and all these things that will mess up your life. God bless you. I love you. The Secret Place TV, Emmanuel.